Before we begin, let us take a moment to bring our palms together in veneration. Our teacher, our master, he who showed us a way to find the liberation, to find the freedom in our lives. He showed a way to free ourselves from this samsaric cycle, reminding ourselves the nobleness of our teacher. Let's bring our palms together in veneration, the Supreme Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Hope you all are doing well. I think it's after a long time I'm coming here, I'm talking here in Detox Your Mind in UK session. So ladies and gentlemen, I know that now you all have been associating your teachers for, I think, how many sessions now? More than 25?
More than 30 months.
More than 30 sessions. Now it's almost close to 1 year, right? 8 months. Ladies and gentlemen, in this samsaric journey, what we have to understand, when we come to this world, we had no idea what we have to do throughout these lives. All the things that you do today are based on what you have learned, what you have heard, what you have understood from your parents, your colleagues, your aunts and your uncles, and your family friends, and your friends. If you have a kid, if you have a house, if you have a way to drive, a car, or a van, or a business, if you are a doctor, if you are a lawyer, anything, if you are a nurse or anyone, any occupation that you do right now, they are all because of what you have heard from your parents, what you have heard from your friends, those who came to you in front of you after you were born. Other than that, when you were born, we had no idea what to do and why we were born as a human being and who we truly are. We had no idea what actually happened to us and what's going to happen to us. Right now also, ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea what's going on here and what will happen to us and who you are. Now you have been spending 20 years, 15 years, 30 years, 50 years, and 60 years. You have been consuming your life, doing so many things, going here and there, doing so many activities, Still, if you haven't found who you are, then ladies and gentlemen, there's a serious thing that we have to concern, because we haven't used our human life wisely. I want you to contemplate. I want you to think about what actually happened to you. I want you to reflect about what's going on with you. If you still feel fear, if you still feel fear of death, if you still feel anger, hatred, annoyance, if you get stress, if you feel agitations in your mind, if you can't tolerate, if you get angry easily, then ladies and gentlemen, we all are failed. Isn't it? Have you seen that a tree get angry because of something, the incident happens in the outside? Tree, your cup of coffee, or something on your table, or your laptop. Even though they have artificial intelligence, ladies and gentlemen, this artificial intelligence never get angry, or never get lustful feelings, never get what you call stress. They don't say I'm stressed. They don't say I'm happy. They don't say this is fantastic. Can I stay here? Does your laptop say, okay, can I stay here, please? I love this place. Don't take me out. I want to stay here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your laptop, whatever that you have in your palms, your house, the things that you can see, they don't complain about their existence. They don't have any issues about the way that they stay. They don't have any issues about what actually happens around them. They are just they are. And they are free. But we are not free as humans. As living beings, we are not free. But all these equipments that you can see, your couch, your whatever, the house, anything. If tsunami comes and hit your house, it will break. But that doesn't break the heart of the house. Or that doesn't break anything like stress or anxiety or depression. You can see, ladies and gentlemen, in nature, whatever the incidents that happens in the nature, these incidents are natural and neutral, and it has no value with it. It's our mind who projected a value. It's our mind who projected some valuation. As a result of that, we suffer. We feel fear. Ladies and gentlemen, our minds are ignorant. Our minds are still ignorant, and that's why the mind always feels suffer, anger, and all these negative and positive emotions that you experience. I want you to win this game, ladies and gentlemen. You came to this world to win. But in order to win, you have to start the battle. If you haven't started the battle, then when are you going to start the battle to win? We can see the the destination. Day by day, because of our teachers, we can see the destination. We can see the changes that happen in our lives. We can witness what actually happened to us. I am witnessing myself, that how I am changing because of this path that I practice, because of the teachings that I follow, because of the teachers that I follow, because of the advice, because of the guidance that we get. I am witnessing my destination. I am witnessing where I am going. Actually, if you ask me, like, let's say 3 years ago, where are you going? What's going to happen to you? Then I would say, I have no idea what will be. The future is not ours to see. Say, 𝗘𝗵𝗱𝗲. But now I know, ladies and gentlemen, where's the destination? What is the destination? The day by day, I can see the levels of defilements in our minds. Ladies and gentlemen, when you come to when you are in this track, towards the end, the amount of effort that you have to exert in order to complete this battle is so high. There are so many layers of defilements, ladies and gentlemen. There are so many layers of defilement that you have to fight. If you ask me, the amount of effort that we have to exert, we have to put to fight against anger, lust, all these things, they are like nothing, ladies and gentlemen. In order to find, when we think about the finest stages, it's a huge journey. It's a you have to pay 100% attention with your mind. I'm failing, I'm trying. That's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we have to start. You have to start this battle. We can. Actually, one thing I have to say, we can do this. We all can. We all are coming. But you need to have that enthusiasm and determination, and you need to have that courage. You have to have the focus that your life is dedicated to achieve this goal. I know you came from different walks of lives. I know that you have so many duties and so many responsibilities, so many agendas in your life. But I want you to practice the path. I want you to win day by day. Because when you win, and when you come to the closer and closer, you will find that huge set of defilements are there. It's like clearing up a tree, clearing up the forest, ladies and gentlemen. First, you have to cut big trees. When you cut big trees, then you can see all the other small trees that exist. Then you can clear out those trees. Then you will start to see whatever the small plants that grow on the ground, the bush. You can say bush, I don't know the word for that. You can see that small plants. So you have to clear them out, and then you will see, ladies and gentlemen, all the ferns and small, the fungi they are also green. So you have to clear those things as well. In order to clear those things, you have to, the amount of energy that you need to exert is lot. This mind is in a, what do you call, it's a trap, ladies and gentlemen. This is a wonderful trap that mind won't be able to find the liberation. We all know that we have no idea what's going on with us. We all know that we are trying our level best to understand what's happening here. Ladies and gentlemen, truth be told, that the more you go closer and closer to the destiny, you have so many things to do. That's why I want you to 100% give attention, give the 100% effort, your motivation, your focus on this path. Because if you start practicing, if you can do this, then you can help others. Beggars can't help beggars. Only rich people can help beggars. If you are armed, I mean, if you are well capable of, if you know what is the destination that you go, if you have an idea what you have to do, then, ladies and gentlemen, you can help someone. If you don't have an idea, or if you are not practicing the path, if you don't have a clue what you have to do out of your life, then you will give expert advice to the others. This advice will trick them, everybody, as you got tricked by all the people that you associated before. Am I right or wrong? All the people that were associated before, they tricked you, ladies and gentlemen. They showed you, they fabricate everything. That's why you can see all the advertisements that you can see. They are fabricating. They are telling, ladies and gentlemen, this is pleasurable, this is good, and you can enjoy this life. Come and enjoy, come and have this. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, your life should be very simple. You need only few things, because they like, think about your day-to-day life. The amount of things that you have been using, amount of material that you have taken out from earth, the amount of carbon atoms that you have isolated for yourself from earth. Do you really need them? Do you really need them? Can't you survive with like few of these things that you have right now? No, Swaminathan, how to survive? I need a house. Yes, I understand. Do you need a house like this much big house? No, Swaminathan, UK houses are very small. I agree. I want you to think about. It's not like Australia, Sir Swaminathan. Australian houses are big. UK houses are small. We have no space. We have limited space. Agree. But still, even though they are small houses, think about, ladies and gentlemen, the amount of energy that you have separated from nature for yourself. Is it worth? Are you using all of them? Do you need them? I don't want you to leave everything out. I want you to think about this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have to cleanse your mind. You didn't come here to cleanse your action. You don't have to associate us to cleanse your action. You have to associate us to cleanse your mind, cleanse the defilements in your mind. Wrong ideas, to purify your mind. That's why you have to associate teachers. You are associating teachers to purify, cleanse. to get rid of the wrong ideas out of your life. Everyone in here, they know how to live. They know what to do, but at the same time, we all don't know what to do. We know so many things, but at the same time, we don't know what to do. So don't think that I'm offending you, okay? I want you to contemplate. I'm explaining. So these days, ladies and gentlemen, I'm with 𝗂𝗲𝗻𝗰𝗲𝗃, Guru Thero, my teacher, the main teacher in our monastery. You know, I'm so worried if I get a praise. You always mock me and like, how do you call? He always, he always says, you did this because you have that kind of idea. Yeah, I had that. He's always on alert, and he's showing me, okay, this is the way you have to contemplate. In here, you didn't contemplate. In here, you haven't contemplated. So you are enjoying this life. You don't have to enjoy. You came here to practice the path, and you're enjoying with people. You went there, and you had a meeting. You can finish that meeting with one hour. Now it's almost 3 hours. You haven't finished the meeting because you are enjoying. 𝗂𝗲𝗻𝗰𝗲 these days ripping me out, and I'm not going to do those things to you because I know that you are so fragile. If I do that thing to you, then after let's say a couple of sermons, there'll be only 2 people, or there'll be only me. I'm coming here and no one is there. That Swaminathan is so harsh and so rude, and he offends us. No, ladies and gentlemen, because our mind are working in a pattern. Our minds always think in a way that we are trained to think. So in order to reverse it, there should be a reverse force. When you put a reverse force, then, ladies and gentlemen, now it generates a friction. You know, when you put a brake, the brake generates heat. The braking pads generate heat in your tire. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you need merits. You need to have pleasant mindset in order to slow down the mind and stop it and reverse it. That's why they say in order to associate teachers, you need to have a lot of merits. But I must say here, associating teachers who showed you the reality, who shows you the reality, you need to have a lot of merits. You need to have the connection with some Buddha Sasana. I know that you have been listening to Dhamma sermons, and you have been trying to find the liberation out of your life. That's why you came here. The very fact that you come here, because that you are trying to find something meaningful out of your life, because you haven't found something meaningful throughout your life. That's why we all are empty-handed, ladies and gentlemen. Right now you are just nobody, but we don't know that we are nobody. We think we have a body, and we have another body, and we have so many bodies, and so many bodies are with you, and so many bodies are with you. That's our perception. We can see you have family, we have friends, we have uncles and aunts, lovey family, lovey, so many lovely things you are surrounded by. Die and see whether you will have any of them. I just have to ask you. If you want to witness it, die and see. Then you will see. That you are empty-handed, you have nothing that you have gained. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we have been doing so many things, so many activities, but at the end of the day, we have nothing. It's like playing a Monopoly game. When you play a Monopoly game, you're isolating, you're taking all these lands and building houses and then towns and cities, and you're developing areas. Sometimes you rob the bank, sometimes you argue with people. If you play Monopoly, then if you don't play Monopoly, okay, you can start playing now, because Swami Nasa recommended that. Don't do that. You're wasting your time. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, this life is not a joke. This life is not a joke. This life, you have to, you have to, you have to put a lot of energy to complete this battle, to complete this mission. It's almost looks like impossible. That's why this is Mission Impossible. It's not the movie. These missions are possible, ladies and gentlemen. That's why they are in the movie. This is the impossible. Look, this is the most impossible mission that we have to do. Fighting against you. See, ladies and gentlemen, since we were born, we were fighting against others. Remember? You were fighting with your siblings, your nangis, your sisters and your brothers. You were fighting with your schoolmates. I still remember we fight against this. Different schools are fighting against each other for a girl. One person's girlfriend, the one Royalian's girlfriend is also a girlfriend for in Thurston, the other school mate. Then because of that, now two schools are fighting. It's like these deities in the devas. There's one occasion, one deity was born, and goddess, right? Divyangana again, goddess, right? She was born with very beautiful features, and now all these deities are fighting to allocate her into them. Now four great deva colonies are fighting against each other. So this issue was raised to 𝗁𝗂𝗍, who is the chief of all these four colonies. And you know what 𝗁𝗂𝗍 said? No, I need her. I want her. I won't allow you to have her. And what to do, ladies and gentlemen? Everywhere you can see the same game. It's not only here. If you go to heaven, the heaven is full of nonsense like this. I can see. I know those stories. When you read those stories, you will find that even heaven is like that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't expect that when you go to heaven, then you will find happiness. You will find comfortableness. You will find the comfort like you found in the UK. Something similar. You have food, you have anything, everything that, and then you're paying mortgages, and then you're trapped. Yeah, you can see the deities also have jobs. You can see all these stories that he has to look after that area, the other deity has to look after that area, then the king of the deities are asking questions about what you have done so far. So like your boss is asking from you, right? What's the progress? So they also have that. See, we think that we are the one who control the world. Deities think that they are the one who control the world. Then who control the world, ladies and gentlemen? Our president is thinking that your UK president or whatever the prime minister, they think that they are the one who control the world. But there's another deities, colonies, right? Whatever the group of deities that allocated for UK, for the UK. They are the one. They say that they are the one who look after UK. I don't know what they are doing. According to the stories, I'm telling you, okay? So we have to trust these stories because they are there because of some reason. Somebody has seen that everywhere you can see the same game. But never mind, you can start, you will just follow whatever that you have been following. You will find the rest in peace. You can't rest in peace, ladies and gentlemen. We can't rest in peace. We always suffer. We always feel fear, grief, anger. We do all these activities because we can't stop doing those things. If I give you 10,000 pounds per month, I'm not kidding. I'll rob the bank and I will give you, okay? If I give you 10,000 pounds, I don't have to rob the bank, I have money, okay, let's say. So Swamina said, don't rob the bank, okay? No, I'm not going to do that. I have 10,000 pounds and I'm going to give you, and I ask you, can you stop doing whatever that you are doing, everything, what you have been doing, and you stay on a couch throughout the day, not couch, and go in front of that wall, just look at that wall and stay there. All the tea, coffee, everything will be provided near. So you have to just stand and look at the wall, and you just have to stay there whole month. Can you do that? I'm giving you 10,000 pounds. You don't have to pay mortgage. You will have everything. All the food. You don't have to cook. Somebody will cook for you. Then you just have to go to toilet and come and just stay there. The challenge is that you can go to the toilet, you can do all these, your hygiene activities, but you have to come here again and sit in front of the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, you will understand how many times that you drink water, how many times that you eat, how many times you go to toilet, how many times you think that, okay, I think I have to go to a bathroom and have a wash. Now you had only one time, you had only one wash. If you have that kind of challenge, then you will go to the bathroom and have a wash for me a couple of times per day. Because ladies and gentlemen, we can't stay. Our mind is full of vexed. Our mind is vexing. We have no idea what to do. You're doing so many things to come out from that vexation, ladies and gentlemen. The more you do activities, the vexation is there. That's why you can't rest in peace. That's why we can't rest in peace. But if you put like something in front of that wall, let's say your whatever the table or something in front of that wall, do they complain? Why are you? Why? I want to stay there. Why do you put me here? Do they complain like that? Or the table will be there forever until you move it? Yes, the nature is like that. Nature doesn't have any preferences. The natural things, all the energy aggregations, natural energy aggregations, they don't have any preferences. It's our living minds with defilements have these preferences. As a result of that, minds are suffering. Because minds are ignorant to the reality. Minds doesn't have an idea what is the reality, what actually happens here. That's why we feel suffering. That's why we feel mental vexation. But in order to come out from this vexation, ladies and gentlemen, you need to follow the teacher. Because teacher can't take you through this journey if you don't allow him to take. You to take. You have to allow your teacher to clean you. You have to allow your teacher to guide you, rip you out. This is the hardest part. If you can't stick with teacher because you have, because of, if your mind is very solid, if your mind is not malleable, if your mind is always thinking about what you think is right, if you don't feel that you have to listen to your teachers, then ladies and gentlemen, you can't correct yourself. Because we have been trained to think in a particular way. We can't stop thinking in that way. It's out of our control. It's not something that you can control. It's something that you have to always, that's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that's why you have to associate your teacher, let your teacher to change you. That's why when you listen to these sermons, don't listen to these sermons to get knowledge. We are not sharing a knowledge with you. We don't share knowledge. We don't know anything about Dhamma. Details about all these things, the deep descriptions. We don't show you this is the place that we can find the Buddha's teachings that explains about anger, and this is the way to come out from anger that Buddha has explained. No. We share something that we understood, something that we experience, something that right now we practice because of our teachers. Did I show you any time, like Bakkula, anyone who came here, did they show you the place that this is written in the Pali text canons? This is the sutra that describe about how to come out from mental stress. We haven't showed you, because ladies and gentlemen, we don't know that what's in the. I mean, when we read those books, then we find Buddha also discussed about the same thing that we discussed. It's something like that. The other day, when I was explaining some stanza to Guru Hamduru that I learned long back, Guru Hamduru, is there something like that? Then I said, yes. This is exactly what we explained, isn't it? Then I said, you haven't found it before? No. Then how do you explain that? Yeah, that's a miracle. It's not miracle, ladies and gentlemen, because we practice the path, because we know what to do, because we follow a teacher, because we follow a teacher's footstep. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we will be able to find what Buddha has found. We have found, we are on a journey what Buddha has found. We are following his footstep, and we can see the road that a young gentleman went at his 36 years. At his 36, before 2500 years ago, the 2500 years ago, we can see the destination he went. We are just clearing up the path. Because of our teachers, because of Guru Thero, Nayaka Thero, and all the monks that who guide me, I can see the destination. I can see clearly. Now this is actually what happens. I want you to experience this liberation, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to experience the reality. When one day, when mind start to experience that this is the mind, this is how the mind generates. On that day, ladies and gentlemen, you have seen the reality. Until that day, you will be going here and there, doing so many activities in the outside world, thinking that you are associating something in the outside, something that you can associate. When you touch this bottle in your mind, in your perception, you feel you touched, you are holding a bottle, isn't it? Right now, when you look at this In your mind, you are taking a decision. What is the decision that you take now? Mahinda Thero is holding, Swaminathan is holding a pen. Sorry, not pen, a bottle. But in our minds, ladies and gentlemen, minds can't hold a bottle. A completely different story that happens in the mind. When you go to the mind level, mind doesn't have any idea that mind has a bottle or mind is holding a bottle. The mind is an aggregation of some touch sensors and some fragments of knowledge aggregated together, and that's it. Mind doesn't hold a bottle. It's that mind who start to feel that the mind is a human being and holding a bottle. But in the deeper levels in the mind doesn't have an idea that there's a bottle, there's a laptop, there are people. Mind is just a mind. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, this is so deep. And don't think that when you understand something, don't rest on your laurels. Don't think that what you have achieved so far is the end. Don't think what you have done so far is your destination. Don't think what you have seen so far is your destination, ladies and gentlemen. Destination is clearing out more and more when you go forward and forward. It takes time. It takes time to practice. It takes time to understand what's the reality. I want you to associate teachers, and I want you to get something out of your teachers. It's not human. Don't think the face and the robe. Don't think the appearance. I'm not talking about individual, this teacher. I'm talking about you have to associate someone who practiced the path, associate them. Detox your mind. These sessions are designed for that, to contemplate. That's why we don't share knowledge. We are not here to share knowledge with you. You have to associate teachers, and that's it. Take this opportunity, take this moment to have a determination that you are dedicating your life to practice the path. Every day when you were born, when you wake up, ladies and gentlemen, have a determination that you are there, you are here to practice. You need to have that motivation. You need to have that determination. I want you to focus. I want you to make sure that you have this determination to practice the path. Every day you have to refine, you have to rethink why you are living. Don't go to your work. I'm not saying don't go to your work, right? Go to your work because to find something to live. Other than that, your focus should be practicing the path. Your focus should be following your teachers. This is what you have to do. Don't eat. Your life is not there to eat. Your life is there to practice the path. In order to practice the path, you need to eat. Right now, your life is to eat. It's two different things, if you can think about it, because now your focus is to find something delicious. Let's imagine, ladies and gentlemen, let's say you have so many you have an important work. Are you thinking about your food, or you take something to your tummy and you rush to your work? You take something and you rush to your, because you have no idea. I mean, sometimes you don't know what you eat when you are hurry, and when you have something like important commitment. I want you to have that kind of life. That means you don't have to hurry what you have when you have food, but your focus is to practice the path. In order to practice the path, you are having food. That's the difference between lay life and the monkhood life. So you don't have to become a monk, ladies and gentlemen. You can have that monkhood life, monkhood lifestyle. I want you to have that monk's lifestyle. Your focus is to practice the path. Your focus is to understand the Dhamma. You are listening to the Dhamma. You are doing Buddha Puja. You are offering water to the Buddha. And you are doing so many activities that we have been asking you to do. I think Bakkula Thero has asked you to do the Karanno, Dinanno and all these things. Is it? Have you started yet, or you haven't, right? No. It took your mind Wednesday you haven't started. Okay, we will start in future. That's why you have to have that kind of courage and determination, enthusiasm for this. Your focus should be this. Because my liberation, my salvation is my duty and my responsibility. If I don't do my responsibility, my duty, before you help others, ladies and gentlemen, you have to help yourself. But we are expert in helping others, helping our little children, guiding them what to do and what not to do. But you also don't know what to do and what not to do. Blind leads blinds, ladies and gentlemen. This samsara is like that. Blinds are leading blinds. Do you feel that I'm offending or I'm insulting? Right? I don't know whether this is the strengthen, like I'm giving a concentrated formula or not, but this is the truth. Because when you in your day-to-day life, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have that kind of mindset. You always digress from your path. You always think, I'm living here. So let's say you have a party tonight, not tonight, tomorrow night. Then your focus is to go to that party. Let's say you have a celebration or something, fireworks. Now you are for what? To see the fireworks. Now your life is dedicated to see the fireworks. Oh my God. Your life is allocated for that. You are living for that. You are dreaming about that. You should have a dream to become an 𝗬𝗲𝗃, an 𝗬𝗲𝗃. That should be our dreams, ladies and gentlemen. You can say like Martin Luther King, I have a dream. We have a dream that we are black girls and black boys. We would see not equally. We don't see a difference between black boys and black girls. We don't see a difference between all these people. We don't see a difference between anything in this world. I have a dream to see there's no difference between these two bottles. How many bottles are there? 2, right? What is it? 1 plus 1 is what? 2, isn't it? I have a dream that in one day I will fully realize 1 plus 1 is not 2. Because there's no 1 to add. There's no single entity called bottle. So how can you say 1 plus 1 is 2? If there's no fixed 1, if there's no fixed entity, if there's no something unique, something special, something unique entity, then, ladies and gentlemen, you can't compare with anything. The very fact that you can compare, ladies and gentlemen, you can compare something because you feel that thing is special, that thing is unique, that thing is unique, isolated, identity. That's why you identify, because you project an identity. You project that it's an entity. If your mind feels that this is an entity, this is something unique, something there, in that moment you start to experience identity. As a result of that, you put an identity, you project an value, or you project a value because you found something you were vexing for, you were searching for. Ladies and gentlemen, raga, desha, moha is there in your mind when you look at this bottle. When you think that I'm holding a bottle, ladies and gentlemen, your mind is defiled so many levels. Then when you think about, Swaminatha, I have a problem that I love pizza. How to come out from pizza? The liking to pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the craziness to the maximum. When you think that we have I like pizza. The liking the pizza is not the serious problem, ladies and gentlemen. If you can see a bottle, then you are already in the tunnel. The sense of self, sense of entity. When you feel that there's an entity, when you feel there's a unique entity exists, that's the moment you lose your serenity. Yeah, nice words, right? When you feel entity, you lose serenity. When you sense there's an entity, there are fixed things. There are so many events, so many activities, so many people, so many variations in this world. Different things exist in this world, ladies and gentlemen. That's the moment you start to feel, you start to lose your serenity. When you look at this flower, when you look at this bottle, if you think that there's a truly difference between this flower and this bottle, then you need this bottle and you need this flower. You need both. There's a vulnerable that you will like either this flower or this bottle, because you feel that bottle is bottle, flower is flower. You have an idea the flower is not bottle. You have an idea that flower is not bottle and bottle is not flower. Did I say the same thing? Flower is not bottle, bottle is not... No, yes. This is unique and this is unique. This experience is unique and this experience is unique. When you have this idea, ladies and gentlemen, now you are searching for... This is the ground that you will understand. This is the ground that you can compare things. Because in order to compare, you need to experience isolated entities. But ladies and gentlemen, don't get deceived. Everywhere you can see isolated entities. I know that. When I ask you that, if I ask this from a person, ordinary person, somebody would say, are you crazy, Swaminatha? Can't you see that there's a flower? Can't you see there's a bottle? You are saying the bottle is not a bottle and flower is not a bottle, flower is not a flower, flower is also a bottle, bottle is also a flower. Can't you see that there's a huge difference? Can't you see there are colors? Can't you see that this is transparent, whole water? You can't drink flower, you can drink water, so in answer. You can drink water, you can't drink flower. So when you say that this flower is also bottle and bottle is also flower, how on earth that you say like that? Because you can see this is another experience and this is another experience. Isn't it? This is unique experience. Flower is a flower and bottle is a bottle. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see flower, the perception of flower happens in where? In the mind. When you see bottle, the colors and all these perception happens in where? In the mind. When there's a perception of flower, ladies and gentlemen, that perception of flower always having another perception. This is unique. Not this. That perception is unique. Okay. Now tell something like when you say unique, like you don't have to switch on mic. Say unique, unique, unique. When you say unique, you have a feeling, isn't it? Unique, unique. You know why you have given the name unique, word unique? Because that unique word is also unique, isn't it? I don't know whether this is so deep, but I'll try to understand. There's a perception of flower happens in your mind right now. With that perception, there's another perception always there. Unique, 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 unique. Your mind is shouting. When you have this bottle perception, that unique brother is also there with the bottle perception. So now mind has two perceptions. One perception, flower perception plus unique perception. Bottle perception plus unique perception. Do you understand that? You have a flower feeling plus unique feeling. You know, not unique feeling. The feeling about that feeling is unique. A sense about that sense is unique. Do you understand this? When you see flower, you are not seeing flower. What happened? Colors appear in the mind. All the senses, whatever that you feel right now, appear in the mind. Your mind is now associating another mind. There are two perceptions. One, flower perception. Second, unique perception. Here, bottle perception. Second, unique perception. Now, because of that, the effect will be, you will feel flower is a flower, bottle is a bottle. This is unique, this is unique. Do you understand this? When you say this is unique, this also another feeling, unique is also another feeling. This another feeling, unique is another feeling. When you have this and unique together, you feel this is unique. When you have this feeling and unique feeling together, you have this is unique. Your mind is fabricating this world and interpreting this world is unique. So many unique things exist. It's the defilement in the mind. That's what we have explained, That natural process is also there, defilement process is also there. That's why Guru Hadra explained two processes. One process explains about the bottle, the other process explains about uniqueness. You have a sense of uniqueness. But what you have to understand here, in this world there's no uniqueness. Everything is made out of same energy. When you reflect about it, when you clear it out from your mind, ladies and gentlemen, then you would be able to stop the sense of uniqueness. Now, let's say you don't have unique sense. Now you will feel a perception of bottle, perception of what? Flower. You won't feel an object of bottle, an object of flower. Right now you feel that you are associating an outside world. In the outside world you have bottle and a flower. I know that you won't understand to this depth that I'm contemplating, I'm explaining right now, but try to catch something out of it. This. You feel that this is a bottle, it's an object, you are the one who is holding this bottle, and that's why you say that I can drink. You know, when you drink, ladies and gentlemen, how do you know that you are drinking? Who told you that you are drinking? I'm not telling about drinking alcohol. When you drink water, who is telling that drinking? The drinking incident happens. It's your mind. It's your mind is telling that you are drinking, brother. Hello. Who heard that hello? Your mind is telling to you that hello. Right now you are experiencing your mind. This is so simple and so deep. When you're looking at the computer, ladies and gentlemen, you are not looking at computer. This is your mental experience. You are your mind. That mind is generating the mind. This is your perception. This is the perception. This is not your perception. This is the perception. The thing is that perception doesn't have any separation. That perception is perception always. We'll discuss these deep concepts like slowly. I want you to reflect about this. Today's karmasthana, I'm giving you something to reflect. Always ask from you, who knows that you are now seated? Does this body know that you are seated? Does these cells that you have in the body, do they know that you are seated right now? Does your muscles know that they are there? You are seated. Does your eyes know that you are looking at a computer? Does your eyes knows? Do your eyes knows that they are focusing on a computer? No. They are just doing their job. When you take a photo in camera, do you think that camera knows that you have taken that photo? No. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your mind. You have been living with your mind without not knowing that this is your mind. That's why people ask, show me where's the mind. I can see a brain. Where's the mind? Because when you see brain, you are seeing brain from your mind, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to ask where's the mind. You have it and you are using it. You are living with it. You are saying that where's the mind. Our minding process has a defilement process. That's why our minds feels the sense of self and sense of separation. That's why you say that your experiences have unique experiences, different experiences. You don't have unique experiences, ladies and gentlemen. You are just no one. You are nobody. Try to reflect this. Try to understand this. You can win this game. Next time when we meet again, I think I will come again. Bakkula Hamdro will, he is looking after you, right? I gave him that. You have to look after them. And Bakkula Hamdro is doing a good job. He is a good student and he is practicing. So you are in good hands. I know that. You will understand that everybody in our monastery, all the monks are practicing the same thing. They are going on this journey. They are showing you how to find happiness, how to find true meaning of your life. Follow your teacher. That's my ask of you. My ask of you is follow the teachers. That's it. You will find the true happiness that you are searching for. Stick with your teachers. Okay? I think I have 10 minutes to get ready for the next. I have to go to the, it's 7:30 here, 7:20. So we have to start a 𝗬𝗵𝗱𝗲 meditation program at 8. So may the blessings of the Noble Triple Gem be with you all.